5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Hooray! I figured out how to turn on the webcam. Hopefully you guys are able to find this live stream. Sorry for the rigmarole. All right, so let's get into it. Today I am talking about how I survive the Slab City, California heat here in the Sonoran Desert. It is no joke, people. I have experienced heat up to temperatures that I'm enduring right now, which is up to 100 degrees so far. But inside the van, I think it's been up to probably around 108, between 105 and 108. I really should get a thermometer. Oh, I was just told recently by my solar friend, Steven, that I should be able to tell the temperature inside of my van with my solar controller app. So let's see if it will tell me the temperature inside of the van. Let's see. Battery. Hi, 𝐒𝐴𝐝𝐞𝐜𝐤, you made it. Thank you for joining me. All right, let's see. Temperature compensation. I don't know what that means. I don't know. It's saying negative 16.20 meter volts Celsius. I don't know what that means. So I think I better turn that off. Let's see. Temperature compensation. Low temperature cutoff. So far, nothing. Waiting for your dad to bring his truck to get your tools. Cool. What kind of work are you doing today, 𝐶𝐵𝐞𝐜𝐤? Let's see. Trends. I'm not seeing the temperature app, so we'll have to look for that later. But I am noticing. Let's see. So let me show you my app that I use to track my. So this is it. I know, what the heck does all that mean, right? So right now I'm pulling 169 watts of solar in to my lithium battery. This bar here, the smallest bar right there, is showing me how much solar I have coming in. So you can see over the last few days that the solar gets up to, where the top bars are, which is good. My solar panel's working well. I have to dust it down, wipe it down every so often. Picking up your brush cutter, lawnmower. You got to handle this huge nightmare that's in the so you're safe from fire. The sound is cutting. Let me try to fix that. Okay. Hopefully that helps. I need the fan on me. All right. Am I going to have to do this stream again on my phone? It seems like it's streaming fine on my end, but let me close out all other tabs and make sure. Oh, there's another reason why. Turn off the download that's happening right now. So hopefully that will help. I just turned down. So yeah. Am I still frozen? I was going to make a dessert. Look at these chocolate chips. They're melting. It's that hot in here. So I'm going to say right now in the van that it's probably 95 degrees. So let me show you how I keep cool. Part of the secret is around my neck right now. Awesome. I turned off the update. I was about to update my computer. So let's see. I'm going to turn. Oh, I guess I can't turn. I'm going to have to turn the whole computer around. Life is so complicated. Okay, so you see that pan of water there? So I'm going to dip my handkerchief in it. And then I have another product that I'm going to show you. It's from this here. It's called a chili pad. And here it is over here. This blue thing that looks ridiculous right now. It looks like a piece of construction paper. So watch what happens when I put it in the water. And I'm not going to wring it too much, folks. This material here, which is synthetic, I believe. I don't believe it's organic. Here's another hack. So my computer doesn't overheat. I have this cardboard egg crate, egg carton, and I put the computer on top. So 𝐶PCOLY is working on lawn, like, so you have a business, what do they call that? My brain. You take care of lawns, basically. You know the word I'm looking for that my brain is like, So that's a huge part of how I keep cool. This will work even in the 120s, folks. This will be a lifesaver. So what this does is it helps cool my core, which is this part of my body. And I can even put it over top like this. But right now it's sufficient to just have it over my shoulders. Okay, another tool that I have for keeping cool. You know what this is? What this is called? Let me show you. So this is called a sarong. And I can dip this in a bucket. I mean, I have my pink pan there. I don't need it right now, but I can dip this whole thing in. And then I can put it around my waist. But actually, it's better to go over my head like this, like they do in Saudi Arabia and Africa. Landscaping. Is it landscaping business? So this is a sarong, and this is also what a lot of people wear here through the summer, wet. Now, if I'm going outdoors, if I have to walk, let me show you. This is an African dress I found at a local thrift store, and well, it's not really local. It's El Centro. Well, fairly local. So this also, believe it or not, when the temperatures are in the 120s, this will probably become my best friend because it goes all the way down to my ankles and it will trap, and it's also loose fitting. And then I can wear my sarong over top to compensate for the short sleeves, and wear a wet sarong. And this whole thing can be dipped in water too. So say I'm walking over to the range, which is about a quarter of a mile from my camp. So I would dip this in a bucket of water or a pan of water, probably a 5-gallon bucket of water. Wring it out, put it on, dip this in, dip this in, dip my sarong in, layer the sarong over top of everything. And then what happens is it keeps the temperature underneath the clothing to about 98 degrees, which is the same temperature as my body, 98.6. And so the clothing will help trap an air bubble of 98.6 degrees under the clothing. So that's actually the science behind why people in Arabia and Africa, the other hottest places on Earth, survive. Okay, cool. So, Spicoli, you also clean people's windows. Nice. You're more known for, along with selling flipping items. Oh, like on eBay? That's a great business. All right, so you saw my pan of water. You see how I'm using this chamois, they call it, or chili pad. And this is the company, Chili Pad Cooling Towel. One thing they tell you to do is, hi, Jesse. Jesse Jones, welcome. Yeah, I mean, in southern New Mexico, it also gets quite hot. And people that don't have air conditioning, these are the kinds of things they do. Other things I've heard of is putting like wet towels behind a large fan, which gives a swamp cooler effect. So the reason I'm not running a swamp cooler is because they take an enormous amount of water, and we have to port in all our water here in Slab City. So it's not economical. It's not affordable for most of us to port in thousands of gallons that it would take in a month to keep us cool with swamp coolers. So it's not practical. This uses a lot less water. I literally only have to put in, let me show you how much water I use so far at 100 degrees. This is it. You can see it's not that much water. It's about an inch of water in this basin. And I think this is probably a 2-gallon basin. Yes. All right. Also, hydration is absolutely critical. I have been drinking about 3 gallons of water a day. I was like, yesterday I filled up 4 gallons of water, and I don't use the water for anything else. And I have 1 gallon of water. That means I drank 3 freaking gallons yesterday. So this girl, let me tell you, I drink a lot of water. All right. And then for my water, I put in maybe about a quarter or an eighth of a cup of lemon juice. And I'm showing you my electrolyte drink here. And then about a quarter teaspoon of this Himalayan pink sea salt. And then raw honey, a tablespoon of raw honey. Right here, I have it upside down, melting. Yeah. I wish there was a way to turn the camera around. I don't see a way to do that. So good thing I can share my desktop, because later on I want to show you my new merch shop, which I don't have open, of course, because of all of the silly stuff that I was trying to figure out on how to turn my webcam on, which I did figure out. So no big deal. I can relax. So I just want to make sure my merch store is open on my desktop so I can screen share and show that to you. So yes, my hydration electrolyte drink. My friend Dreamcatcher also showed me another hack. I was starting to get headaches, and the one like right up here in the middle of the forehead is a dangerous one. So she taught me to carry a can of peaches and to eat the whole can and drink the juice if I ever get that central headache. But another thing I do, and I want to show you this. This is a nice hack. So if headaches start coming on, which is a sign of heat exhaustion, I eat the large crystal Himalayan sea salt crystals. There you go. All right, so what I do is I put it under my tongue to let it slowly dissolve. Suck on it. I tell you, it becomes like candy out here. Close it up so don't accidentally dash it on the floor. And then slowly sip water, she says. Okay. And then this is the way we get through the Slab City spring heat, folks. It's going to get up to 120 plus. Notice the plus sign. I think the record high here in Slab City was like 136. And so the sun becomes not your best friend. One of my friends said, Michael, he says, the sun is trying to kill you. Stay out of the sun. Here, I'm going to try to sit over here so that beam of light doesn't keep hitting you in the eyes. So if you have any questions, go ahead in the chat box and ask away. I look like a medieval person with this handkerchief on my head. And I also have to keep flipping as the water evaporates. So I have to say that the water evaporates a lot faster in the handkerchief than it does the chili pad. So the chili pad, this can last with the current heat conditions. I can get a couple of hours when I do a deep dunk and don't wring it out. So it's made out of a material, some type of a synthetic material that holds the water. Sorry, my nose is itchy. All right, sip again. I also like to keep my water bottle really close. So how I'm getting my water to stay cool. So water is like a critical part of staying cool. So I pay into our camp water tanks. We have two 275-gallon water tanks, which I use for drinking water. It's local town water. Thank you for the thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. It really helps the live stream, and YouTube will show the live stream to other people that are new to my channel. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Okay, so the other thing that's also really critical is airflow. So right now, I have both back doors open. That's why the light is streaming in so prevalently. Trying not to blind you with that light. Hi, Stacy from Evansville, Indiana. Welcome. Yes, so far I am staying cool. Hey, I really like the camera quality here. Good old MacBook Pro, right? Actually, this is a MacBook Air. It does a really awesome job. So I have 4 fans running. 2 of them on me, 2 of them on my electronics, because my electronics need to keep going so that I can keep working. Now, folks, if I make it into July, mid-July and August, which are the hottest months of the year here in Slab City, the Sonoran Desert, if I make it to that mark, it will be in the 120s, almost on a daily basis. That's when I'll be crying out for low hundreds. So thankfully, I am not doing this alone. I notice, a lot of people can't make it through the summer here I may be one of those people. I may have to bail, but my intention is to be a full-time resident here in Slab City. So right now, at this current moment, I am doing that. But keep in mind, a lot of people end up just not being able to hack it and they'll leave. So I do have a backup plan, a couple of backup plans, actually. There's, I'll talk about that in another video. What if I can't hack a Slab City summer and I have to bail and I have to get out because death could be on the line, you know? All right, sipping again. I still have that salt crystal under my tongue. A couple of sips. I don't have a headache coming on, but I was just demonstrating to you what I do when a headache does come on. All right, so I have this 𝐸𝐴𝐼R fan over top. It has 3 settings. Right now, it's actually pulling air from inside the van and out. I do that mainly because the air quality here is really poor and I don't want dust particles being sucked in from outside into the van. Very bad. As it is, and I'll show you the top of you can see that it's dusty and I have to frequently dust that down. And that's because, like I said, the air quality here is poor. For a variety of reasons. There's agriculture that goes on down here. There's also dust from the desert itself. There's pollutants from the agriculture. So yeah, the air quality is moderately poor here, unfortunately. It's not like my beloved Eastern Sierra, which I think about often. I think often about turning the key. You know, so again, why in the world would I even consider doing this? So Slab City is known as the last free place on earth. So it's an off-grid community. You don't have to pay rent. You do have to pay for your housing or figure out your housing or build your housing or pull in your housing. For me, my housing obviously is my camper van. This has been my home since 2013. She's paid off, thank goodness. Wow, big difference that I'm noticing. It's really hot today. So let's see what the temperature is outside. The temperature is, drum roll please. Wow. See that? So right now inside of here, it's probably 103. So I'm saying that in the van is between 5 and 8 degrees difference. So 97, 98, 99, 100. So it's probably at least 100 degrees, probably more like 102 in here. It's a very warm day. Okay, but relatively speaking, this is cool compared to what it's going to be. So come June is when the temperatures ramp up to like 110 on average. And then July and August is when we get into 118, anywhere between, on average, I think 112 to 120 plus. Hello, Cricket. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us live today. So let me show you my other fans that I use. And I need to dip my handkerchief in the pan. I need to dip my chili pad in it too. Okay, so this, I'm going to not completely rinse out because I don't want it to evaporate too quickly. Oh, that's good. All right, let's do